Hello folks, this is Patti from Southern Blessed Homestead. Early morning, it rained last night, and it's an August hot summer day, but it's nice out. Because it rained last night, it cooled the temps down about 20 degrees from normal, and we're having an unusually cool week because it's only going to be in the high 80s instead of the high 90s. And it rained last night, and I'm so thankful because I don't have to water this morning. I'm going to try to take you around the garden. It's looking pretty sad. Because of the heat, I can't be out here too much. Oh, I try to get up early in the morning and get out here as much as I can, but it's just that time of life where I got a lot of other things going on. And yeah, so I'm going to try to show you my garden, and we'll see what's going on. Here's my beautiful trellises, and they are full on the top. I've got the yard-long beans that are coming in fairly well, but I'm not sure I really like them. As far as texture and stuff goes, taste, they're not, I don't know, they taste okay. You just put seasoning with anything and you can eat it. I like seasoning, so doctor them up. Yeah, my flowers are still doing pretty good. These pepper plants, they produced, but look at that, the bugs. I was spraying on a regular basis, but it got really hot and I quit. So the bugs are having a field day, but I think the birds are enjoying it, because I think the birds have come out everywhere. I watch them through the window, and they are eating the bugs for me. But anyway, I've got the little yellow pear tomatoes that are coming on fairly well. One thing that's really cool about putting the beans and the cherry tomatoes together, is that the beans are kind of holding on to the tomato plant. Now this one's going crazy on the sides, as you can see, and it's really tall up there. And these are the red noodle beans on this side, and I've let them go. I've had enough of them, so I'm just letting them. They look really creepy and weird right now. I don't know if you could see. They're all drying up, and they are still flowering, which the hummingbirds love them too, which is really cool. I love seeing the hummingbirds diving in and out of everything. But it's kind of pitiful in here right now. I've got some cilantro that I let go to seed, and then I've tried to stir it around and plant it in here. So I've got cilantro coming, and I went ahead and planted some, I think it's sugar pie pumpkins in here. So you can see they're coming up, which means I'm going to be getting rid of these noodle beans, because I'm going to see if I can get the pumpkins to grow on this trellis. This is just something that I thought I'd try. These pepper plants, I need to tie up a little bit. These are supposed to be paprika, but they just stay yellow. And I thought paprika was supposed to be red. Now this one's finally turning, but these things have been on here like forever. And I finally went ahead and picked a couple yellow ones and used them. This one over here is supposed to be pimento, and it put on some peppers, and then it just quit. It didn't put any more on. See, here's another paprika that's finally turning. Yeah, even my marigolds look kind of sad. My ground cherries did very well this year. I've just put them in everywhere because the seeds, I had so many plants. My strawberries are still hanging on. See, we got 3/4 of an inch. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not very good at measurements, but I think that's what that means. My okra is doing really well. It's not getting tall, it's getting bushy. So I don't think I'm gonna win the tallest okra plant for Samson Farms Okra Challenge. I've been I was letting some grow because I forgot about it. But we'll see how long and big maybe that one's gonna go. There's also the longest pod. I really love this burgundy okra. I think I'm gonna keep growing it. We're not big okra eaters, so basically I've been eating it raw, and that's about it. I'm fixing to put some up, and it's just now putting on. But look at these beds, they are so sad. This pineapple tomatillos, our garden candy, is done. It cracked right there in the middle, and but I tell you what, I think I'm gonna be having tomatillos pop up all over in my garden next year. Although I'll be amending this, but who knows, the seeds may come to the surface and still produce. My mini bells are kind of putting on a little bit. These are all little mini bell peppers. They're actually looking better than some of my other ones out in the pots that I had. This is what's left of the squash, but the squash bugs have started coming. Yeah, right now is a good time for all the bees are buzzing. Yep, I'm getting everywhere. This old potato bed that I had a bunch of basil plants and things that never got planted. So I just threw them in here. See, I had some tomato plants that never got planted. I think these are cherry tomatoes of some kind. So I thought I'd throw them in here. I did put some seeds in here for some more cilantro, but I don't see anything coming up. There's one. I'm not sure if it's cilantro or not, though. And then I have some weeds. I'm pretty sure those are weeds. I got to get those out of there. Yeah, I had some summer savory that was in a pot, and I decided to try it over here, but it doesn't look too good. Anyway, the beautifulest thing about my garden right now is the zinnias. They even look a little sad, but they're everywhere, and they're just so pretty. But I've learned that I'm gonna have to stake these zinnias up because the wind storms that we got knocked them down, and then they get in my way. Our sunflowers are done, but I'm watching them and hoping that I can get some seeds out of them. Last year, the bugs ate them up. I didn't get anything. So, look at here. I'm really excited about. This is my Tabasco, but look at here. This is the bad part about my garden right now. Oop, I can't find him. Where is he? Oh, he's hiding. There's a bug in here under that leaf, and that's what ate my whole bed up last year. Can't find him now. He's hiding. They are smart, stupid little bugs, and there's some kind of a, I don't know, winged stink bug of some kind. I don't know what they are. But anyway, I'm kind of proud of my Tabasco. This bed right here, I think, I have no idea, but it grew everything very, very prolifically and huge. I still have got some little marigolds coming back in, but I'm letting the pepper plants. This is the side garden. I went ahead and I had a sweet potato, and from a friend, it was just growing, so I threw it in here. So I have a sweet potato, and I put in some acorn squash. I never know how many seeds are going to come up, so I plant several, but right now it looks like all 3 of them are coming up. So I've got acorn squash in there, and I did try to plant some eggplant in here, but I don't think it's coming up. Oh, there's something. Oh, there's some little tiny one. That might be my eggplant. My eggplants got ate up by the bugs. Uh-oh. Yep, they found my melon. And see, they're so desperate. They're eating them before they're even ripe right now. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, my poor little melon patch got neglected and vines everywhere. We did get about 2 or 3 good cantaloupes out of here. I tried putting a little strap around that one over there. I don't think it's going to hold for too much longer. Those things get huge. That's the cassava melons. I always forgot what they were called. And my tansy I put in here is doing good. I don't know if you can see my moringa. It's doing good, but I have not harvested any of it. I need to do something with it. Okay, if you guys harvest and do stuff with your moringa trees, let me know. I put it in a pot because I was hoping to maybe move it into my greenhouse for the winter, but we will see. Yep, but you see, this silly zinnia is right in my way, and so I can't get through here. I gotta move it out of the way. My pretty organized stuff. I can't even get around through here. But this zucchini rampicante, I'm fixing to take it out. It's taken over and it's really not producing that much, and I don't want them anymore. So it kind of zigzagged. It went zigzag that way, around this way, and I kept it going. I think there's a couple on there. Look at my zinnias just over into the pathway. So look at here. See all the zinnias everywhere? They're so pretty. Look at, I'm letting these zucchini thingies grow. Look at how that one is. See, I don't know, you can't tell, but it's getting, the longer you leave it on here, it gets more of a thicker winter squash look. So I'm kind of doing that with these. I'm just gonna let them grow. Yeah, and actually I have cucumbers in here too. So all this brown vine is my cucumbers, and it did not like what's going on right now, so it's dying. There's two of them. There's one there, and I threw in, I think this is either an Amos Coley or a Amish paste tomato plant right here. It's surviving, but it's not really doing anything. It looks terrible. Of course, those are really leggy anyway for me. I've got basil of all kinds in here. I had so many plants. I just throwing them everywhere. So I'm going to be cleaning all this out, taking all these cucumbers out. There are some cucumbers, but they're pretty yucky right now. Yep. So I'm going to be clearing this trellis off, and I don't know what I'm going to put in here. I keep thinking about different squashes, and Mac wants to grow some gourds, so I may put in a gourd over here, but I don't know. Yeah, my hollyhocks are trying to survive in here. They're getting eaten up. I have some zucchini plants that look wonderful, but they're not producing hardly nothing, and I know the squash bugs have found them. So I'm fixing to pull them out, even though they're so pretty, but they're really just not doing anything. Look, my walking onions are flowering. I tried to spread them out, and I let this little weed grow because it's pretty. It looks like a little shamrock to me, so that's the only weed I let grow in here. And my other herbs, I hadn't done anything with this. I think this is wormwood. I was letting it go to seed. I'm hoping to get some more seeds. My yarrow looks pathetic. Ugh, bad. Anyway, this little pot doesn't have anything in it. Well, it does have some little flower plants. I can't remember. Cover crop, oxtail, something. Yeah, I'm terrible with names, y'all. Okay, my tomatillos, this is what this is. And it is just like I say, it's leggy because it's everywhere, but and it was producing really well. I mean, still it's got flowers. I got enough to make a batch of salsa verde out of them. I have another zucchini rampicante that is growing up on my trellis. I think it looks cool up there. Since it rained, it looks a lot better because it was really droopy. But it actually starts right here. Yep. And there's one, and this is what's happening with it right now, is they'll grow really good, and then at the end it's skinny and weird looking. But here's another one coming on, and I think there's more, but these tomato plants in here are doing okay, but you know, I haven't fertilized anything, and it just looks kind of sad. Here's another one of those squash. Yep, pretty sad looking. And yep, but look at all these pretty zinnias. I could do pretty zinnias. Oh, my Mexican sunflower is really doing well. It's coming out and doing good. And in here was my watermelon patch, and they got eaten up by critters, and I have two of them sitting right there, these long vines. I just went ahead and left them over there, and I don't know if they're going to even come to par because the critters like to eat them. But anyway, I went ahead and planted some pumpkins, and it looks like something found them. These are the jack-o'-lantern pumpkins here. Then I've got sugar pie pumpkins, I think, over here. There's two, I think. I'm overdoing it because I don't know if they're going to even... There's several of them, and I put some more over here. There's two different kinds. There's a sugar pie, or maybe it's just two different companies that I had that I went ahead and planted. I know I have the jack-o'-lantern ones on the end. But anyway, the zinnias have all kind of fallen over. Yep. Everything's trying to survive because it's been neglected. But look at my, I think it's called Mary Wild Cherries. I'm loving this over here. I'm trying to keep trellising them up on this thing. And the Malabar spinach is still going strong. And it'll last. I haven't eaten a whole lot of it except for coming out here and snacking. This is like my snack side. My chamomile is, I haven't got anything off of it lately. And look at this thing. It's a weed, but I don't know what it is. And it looks like a Christmas tree. When it was little, it looked like chamomile. And I've just let it grow. And I don't know what it is, y'all. It has a distinct smell to it. It's kind of like dill. That's what it smells like to me. But I have no idea what it is. So, I just let it grow. Anyway, look at my comfrey. Looks really pretty at a distance. And then you look up close. Look at the bugs. I know they're grasshoppers. This year I have grasshoppers. Still have some chamomile and my basil. Yep, so that's what's going on. Oh, I didn't show you, but look at this is our chicken manure pile right here. Mac's been cleaning out the chicken pens, and he's putting right here so we can age it and hopefully use it over the winter in the garden. And all this back here, I didn't walk over there and show you, but this is more melons that is coming from the melon patch right there. We're on the back side of the melon patch, and it's going over our dirt pile that we had right here. And there's melons all over in here, but I think we'll just end up feeding the critters. There's another cassava melon right there. It's getting pretty big. Anyway, that's the sad part right there. That over there is just a big, huge weed pile, junk pile. It's a burn pile. But that's what's going on this side. I'm really hoping to next year get this garden fenced in and start making some pretty, decorating it a little bit and put more herbs around the boundaries of it. But look, here's my Egyptian walking onions. I think is what they're called. I got from Brenda Duncan, and they're flowering. Yep. There's some more herbs right there. My tansies. Okay, our row crops are now something different. Well, sort of. Right. This one here has got several different things all the way through it. So on this, probably about halfway, I'm not sure, about halfway is butternut squash and sunflowers. They're not the big mammoth ones. They're the multicolored ones. I thought they'd be pretty if I can get them to grow for this fall. So, and then up at the top part, there's some in the middle, there's like butter beans. I had some extra butter beans, so I put some butter beans in. And then on the very end, at the very beginning up there by the zinnia, and tansy up there is my zipper cream peas. I had so much last year that I didn't grow very many this year, so I'm going to let them grow. And then I went ahead and made another row of purple whole peas because I have some friends that didn't get them, and so I'm going to try to grow some for friends. So in my mint patch is just going nuts. I love it. Zinnias, I got holy basil. This is the old purple whole pea row, which I am pulling up today probably with an okra right there in the middle of it. It's flowering and it seems like it's great, but the bugs are getting into the pods. It's just a buggy season right now, and the product, the fruit on it is terrible because it's got too many bugs and stuff in it. So I'm just going to pull it up, and like I said, I'm starting over with that, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to put in here, but if you have any ideas, let me know. I do want to grow some green beans, but I'm kind of starting over right here with some green beans. I don't need very much of anything, so whatever I grow is going to have to be like more of a winter crop, or that can make it through the heat of the summer, and something that doesn't need too much of my attention. Mac wants to grow some gourds, so we may grow gourds on the first part of this, because I'm going to be tearing all the green beans out too. I went ahead and cut them. They were bushy all on the top, and I cut all the top off, and they're still coming up. These are rattlesnake pole beans, and they grow really well for me, and I will, as long as I can, I will always grow rattlesnake pole beans, because you can eat them at any stage and get you what kind of green bean you like, so I like those. The okra over here is getting big, and my peppers still have some basil, but you can see I have carnage through here because I've been coming through here and whacking off the leaves of the okra because they're prickery and I don't like them when I'm walking through here. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at the mess. The bugs have just shredded that leaf right there. But aren't the flowers pretty? Yeah, I got another big pod that I'm letting go right there. I've got more different kinds of basil, lemon basil, and dark leaf basil everywhere. I had so many plants that I just kind of put them everywhere. Yep. These were my Determinate tomatoes, which I haven't grown Determinate in a long time, but I was thinking they put on fruit and then they were done. You know, but these things are growing still. And they've got more flowers and little ones. And I've still got green tomatoes, but they're just kind of sad looking. But, ooh, I just walked through a spider web across. We do have spiders in here. But the birds like to perch up here. And I think they're eating the bugs and stuff off for me. Oh, okay, I keep running through spider webs. Ooh, yep, and look there's another basil plant that's gone nuts. And these are cucumbers too. They're doing nasty. Even these cherry tomato plants didn't do very well. And you can see my garden over there too. Everything looks pretty sad. I've got some cucumbers. These are my Japanese long cucumbers, which I love. I like to grow those. Cherry tomato plant, that's still sad. And this is my wildflowers in here that are still hanging on here and there. But I've got seeds, tons of seeds all on the path. There's no telling what's going to come up next year everywhere. Got this pretty zinnia right here, the red one. Isn't that pretty? Shaking. Don't shake. This is an overview. Tomato plants. They're doing okay, but we never got them trellised. So they're flopping over. And over here, I tore out stuff and I don't have anything right now. Ground cherries still doing well. All these peppers are hanging on, but they're just, I need to fertilize them. Ooh, yep. They're hanging on, but they're not doing a whole lot. Everything's dying from the heat. I'm not getting out here. I tried really hard. It's really funny. I tried to grow the calendula, a giant calendula, and it doesn't like it. But look at this amaranth. I think that's what that is. I got some from Grandma Rose, and they're doing well. This is another squash plant that's hanging in there. Oh boy, guess I let that one get a little too big. I gotta pick that. See, this bed has nothing now. It had squash in it. Oops, sorry. It's got one calendula and it's just probably gonna be dying. Anyway, I don't have anything in this bed and I'm trying to figure out what I want to put in it. This bed, I planted rutabagas. I was kind of wanting some rutabagas, so obviously I need to thin them out. But I put some minerals into this after I pulled up the old plants, which I don't remember what was in here. I think it was green beans. But anyway, I kind of amended the soil and let it sit for a couple weeks, and then I planted these rutabagas. So I need to thin them out. I've never grown rutabagas before, so we will see what happens. I gotta thin them out though. I was kind of putting them in rows, and then at the end I just kind of like threw a whole bunch of them. There's my ADD. I like everything neat and orderly, and then I get tired and then I do whatever. So yeah, my pepper plants are pretty sad, except for the hot pepper ones, which is I guess fine because I like hot peppers, dehydrating them. And see, I have the Habaneros over here, and which they're not as hot as I thought they were going to be because I guess the weather and stuff. These were supposed to be lemon Habaneros, but they're turning peach, and I swear they almost have a peachy taste to them. I've already used them in sauces and they're not that hot. And so I don't know what I do to plants, but they just, and there's my Serrano Peppers, which I love, but they're kind of playing out too. I've got some red ones, but look at zinnias everywhere. Zinnias. Zach Stivers, I have zinnias everywhere. Zach Stivers, our friend, started everybody loving more zinnias more than we already did. Yep, so tomato plants are looking pretty sad. I mean, they're still putting on stuff, but we never got them trellised, so that's still something I need to get out here and do. Matt cut the poles and stuff, but we never got them up. And so I've tried my best to keep stringing them up, and but yeah, it's just so hot, y'all. I'm wore out, so I haven't been out here that much. But I love these are my favorite right here, and they look kind of sad, but let me tell you, these are the best meaty tomatoes that I've ever grown, and they are the pink ox heart. And I'm thankful I've got several good ones off of it this year. Look at how terrible this looks because it's so dry and the bugs. Yeah. But anyway, it has been worse. The BT that I sprayed has been keeping the caterpillars away. I haven't had very many hornworms. Through the month of July is usually hornworm time. But anyway, that's my sad little garden. They're pretty. I think I'm just growing pretty zinnias everywhere. Yep, it's a zinnia year for me. I love them. They're so pretty. Anyway, that's my sad little garden. We'll see what happens. If you have any ideas of what to put in some of these beds, I'm thinking about carrots, but root crops like the rutabagas, but I don't know if they will grow because the ground is still not the right texture, loose enough for them. I don't know if I poured some sand in it, if it would be more. No, it'd probably get concrete with all the clay. I don't know what to do. I've got some gypsum I'm going to put in it, but it's getting down to the wire where I have to plant stuff right now. I don't have time to wait too much. So I may just end up throwing a bunch of flowers everywhere. More zinnias. Okay, this is going to be coming out today. And I'll keep you posted. But let me know what y'all good ideas for me to do on these trellises for the fall. Cole crops don't do well here for me. They're going to get eaten up. See, look at... I have a grandbaby that is due anytime now. And we're still helping friends move and taking care of different other things, issues that we got going on. So I don't have time to get out here as much, but I'm thankful for what I got. I did get to can quite a bit, so Mac and I are doing well. Thank the Lord.